My name is Jen Carter, and this is my husband, Trip. And we met when we were in our 20s, and we've been together for about 16 years. It's been a wild journey. It's an indescribable, life-altering moment of darkness that we have tried to live with for the rest of Aidan's life. He's 13 now. You think one minute you have a healthy son, and the next minute you're told that your son likely will not make it to the age of 30. And over the course of his life, he will progressively lose the ability to walk, talk, and take care of himself. There's really no fear equivalent to being told that your son will pass away slowly in front of your eyes.
Well, the thing about Aidan's condition is that it often presents early with a number of very common childhood ailments. And I think the first thing that started somebody thinking about some sort of syndrome was Aidan's head circumference.
Aidan was developing typically, had horrible asthma where he had to be hospitalized several times, but nothing really out of the ordinary. I got a call from the pediatrician when I was at work in the hospital. She said, "Jen, I think that Aidan may have a disorder called mucopolysaccharidosis." Little did we know that it is a systemic progressive disease that affects every single organ in the body. At the time of diagnosis, you have no understanding of which way your son will head, whether he'll be able to continue to think for himself or he won't be able to verbalize any of his thoughts. His disease is rare. There's only 500 kids in the US. When he's not at the hospital and he's not getting infusion, we try to raise him like a typical kid, if you will.
I don't like talking about it a lot because it just hurts to talk about it. I've seen doctors and stuff. It's really a lot of needles. It's a disease that makes me low energy and make me look stiff all the time. The stiffness is the main part. I can't do most things. I can't even tie my own shoes. Beginning, I'm like, I don't want to do this. Really, because I leave early from school, and that's not something I want to do. No matter how much video time I get to play, it's never enough because I want to be at school.
I think that Avery and Ellen have learned what you do for a family when a family member is sick. I think it taught my kids a really valuable lesson that you don't accept what's given to you, you fight for more, and you do what it takes to achieve that. So I think in the end, our kids will grow quite a bit by living with this diagnosis in their lives. I do think it's impacted them and created anxiety and anger. It's really hard to have a sibling who is sick and needs a lot of care. We still don't know what Aidan's future holds for him. We have promised him that until his life is free of needles, we will continue to fight for a cure. The reality of this disease is that parents will bury their son, and no parent should have to bury their child. And Action for Aidan was founded to find a cure so that our sons can outlive us and they can have the best possible life. This treatment that Aidan is on is certainly helping certain aspects of the disease, but it is not a cure. And the quality of life to have a 6-hour infusion every week is not a good one. So until there is more definitive treatment that we know will sustain him long term, we'll continue to fight and raise money and fund research for Hunter syndrome. We're gonna get there.
I feel like it's a sense of accomplishment because this medicine is gonna help me get better, and sometimes the best things require you to make some sacrifices. That's kind of what Action for Aidan is. It's fighting back Hunter syndrome. Because Hunter syndrome thinks, look at me, I'm a big ass disease. I can do whatever I want. I can make kids life painful. But then Action for Aidan's like, no, you can't. We're gonna stop that. Every villain has a hero, and Action for Aidan is that hero.